What would you say if for every $100 you put in this jar, I added another $100 for yours to keep? The only catch? You have to wait a bit. Oh, and did I mention this money's gonna grow over time? Okay, it's all yours. Now let me show you how we did it. Hey everyone, this is AJ, your ace in the hole, and welcome to the channel where we simplify personal finance and provide tips for young adults and others just starting out. Now, let's cut to the chase. There's literally a way to double your money, and with very little effort. This is done using a specialized savings account called the 401k. Now, don't run off just yet. I'm going to break down everything you need to know about a 401k and why it would be a huge mistake to at least not understand what this is all about. Now, let's check it out. First, what is a 401k? A 401k is a retirement savings plan offered through your employer, allowing you to automatically save tax advantage through payroll deductions. Now, if you're young, retirement is the last thing on your mind. But trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why it's so important now. There are some incredible benefits associated with the 401k, the best of which is known as the company match, what I like to call SOGO, or save one, get one free. Now, for whatever reason, I've noticed a recent wave of 401k critique across social media, but in my opinion, it's all a bunch of poppycock. There's a reason 2024 ended with almost $9 trillion invested in 401k plans. Now, a quick point in the history of the 401k, which is pretty astounding, is that the 401k was basically created by accident.
We have happy accidents.
It started as a part of the Revenue Act of 1978 that added paragraph K to IRS Code Section 401. Get it? Allowing employees to defer taxes on a portion of their income if placed into a retirement account to help incentivize retirement savings. In 1980, Ted Benna, now known as the father of the 401k, saw an opportunity to interpret the law creatively by piecing together parts of this tax code, allowing companies to create a new type of retirement savings plan. His company was the first to implement the concept. At the time, the IRS had not explicitly intended Section 401k to be used this way, but in 1981 issued formal regulations approving salary deferrals under Section 401k, legitimizing Benna's interpretation. Today, roughly 60 million Americans actively contribute to 401k plans, with over 109 million account holders, the 401k becoming the most common employer-sponsored retirement vehicle in the U.S. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty details. First up, contributions. You decide how much of your salary you'd like to contribute, which is deducted automatically every pay period and deposited into your 401k. Most companies that offer a 401k offer a traditional 401k plan, meaning you contribute pre-tax dollars and only pay taxes when you finally withdraw money in retirement. Additionally, your contribution lowers your current taxable income, saving additional taxes now. Recently, companies also started offering a Roth 401k option. With this, you contribute after-tax dollars, but qualified withdrawals are tax-free. When you initially set up your 401k, you would choose which of these plans you prefer to contribute. 401ks do come with annual contribution limits. In 2025, you can contribute up to $23,500 if you're under age 50 and an additional $7,500 in catch-up contributions if you're over age 50, for a total of $31,000. These limits are substantially more than a basic IRA or an individual retirement account, which is another reason a 401k is such a powerful savings tool. Now, the most exciting 401k benefit and what sets them apart is the company match. This is where your employer matches your contributions up to a point, basically 100% free money. Here are a few types of company matches you might see. We'll assume a $60,000 salary to illustrate. First is a basic match, which is the most common. This is where your company matches up to a point, say 3% of your salary. In this example, you contribute 3% or $1,800 and your employer chips in another $1,800. Next is a tiered match. This might be where your company matches 100% up to 3% and then 50% on the next 2%. In this example, you contribute 5% or $3,000 and your employer matches $1,800 on the first 3% and $600 on the next 2% for a total match of $2,400. You might also see a partial match where your company offers a 50% match up to a point, say 6%. In this example, you contribute 6% or $3,600 and your employer matches another $1,800. You can always contribute less than the match limit and still get the match to that point. So if you only contribute 1% of a 3% company match, your employer will still match the 1%. Regardless, you should always strive to contribute to the company match limit to capitalize on this incredible benefit. Now, there are companies that offer a 401k plan but might not offer a company match. This is a good question to ask when job searching or during company interviews. Next, you choose your investments and how to divide your contributions among your choices. You will have a menu of investment options to choose, but will be limited to what the 401k plan offers. You'll decide what percentage goes into choices like stock funds, bond funds, and other investment options. Many plans make it easy by offering target date funds. These funds are structured specifically based on targeted retirement dates. Simply choose your target retirement year and invest in the fund. The further out the date, the more aggressive the underlying investments, with a greater percentage of higher earning stock funds, while the closer the retirement date, the more stable and low risk, with a higher percentage of bonds. Target date funds automatically adjust investment mix over time, so a great option for hands-off, set-it-and-forget-it investor types. Finally, consider any fees associated with the various investment types, as these can vary and might influence your choices. Now, you might be thinking, this is all great, but what if I leave my job? Well, no sweat. Your 401k is yours to keep, but you have options. Your company's 401k plan is held by a financial institution or a custodian, so the first option, you can simply leave it where it is. It will continue to remain invested despite contributions stopping when you leave. If you get a job at a different company that also offers a 401k, you might consider rolling it over into the new employer's plan and just continue where you left off. Another option is to roll it into an IRA to expand your investing options. You just need to ensure that you choose a matching IRA type so you don't trigger taxes or penalties. For example, a traditional versus a Roth IRA. One thing to consider is what's called the vesting period. Sometimes companies require a period before the company's contributions are officially yours to keep, typically 1 to 3 years, or a gradual approach, such as 20% each year for 5 years, at which point you're considered fully vested. This is done as an employee retention incentive. So your money's in your 401k and invested. Now let's talk about how to get your money out. Like most retirement accounts, to withdraw, you must be at least age 59 and a half. Otherwise, you will incur a 10% penalty on top of the taxes. So never withdraw early from your 401k. There are a few exceptions, such as a first-time home purchase, the birth of a child, and others, but you should always avoid tapping into your retirement account for expenses that could be better planned elsewhere. From there, normal withdrawals are taxed at ordinary income rates, which is determined by your filing status at the time of withdrawal. Unless, of course, you invested in a Roth 401k, in which case all withdrawals are tax-free. Check out our Roth IRA video here, which elaborates on the tax benefits of a Roth IRA, most of which also apply to a Roth 401k. Another option, which may not apply to you yet, is the Rule of 55. This is an IRS exemption that states that if you quit, are laid off, or retire from your job in the year you turn 55 or later, you can take withdrawals from that employer's 401k without penalty. The only caveat is that the 401k typically must remain at that company's 401k custodian to access, which means in this case, do not roll over your company 401k to another plan, or you might negate this ability. Another consideration with a traditional 401k that may also not be a factor yet, but will be, is related to RMDs, or required minimum distributions. These are mandatory amounts that must be withdrawn each year, whether you need it or not, including the taxes. These begin at age 73, although new legislation moved this to age 75 starting in 2033. This annual requirement is based on your 401k balance at the end of the prior year divided by a life expectancy factor provided by the IRS. This formula determines how much you must withdraw each year from your 401k, including the taxes on those withdrawals. Failing to withdraw RMDs for any reason can result in a 25% penalty on top of the taxes, so don't forget. RMDs also apply to other tax-deferred retirement plans, such as traditional IRAs. One important call-out is that RMDs do not apply to a Roth 401k, which is another benefit to consider if the Roth 401k is an available option at your employer. Now let's talk about some best practices. First, start as early as possible and at least contribute to the max of the company match. If you can afford more, great, but at least match the match. If you can't max out to start, contribute something and then just inch up over time. Next, increase your 401k contributions with each pay raise. My personal strategy was to split every pay increase between myself and my 401k. For example, if you get a 3% pay raise, increase your contribution by 1.5% and take home an additional 1.5%. In this case, you never really feel the effect of increasing your contributions, and before you know it, you're maxing out your retirement savings. Some plans can automatically increase your contributions, so you don't have to. Finally, be sure to set up a beneficiary on your account. In the unfortunate event something happens to you, this ensures your account passes on to whoever you choose. Now, as a bonus tip, you might consider an investing strategy called target date fund laddering. Instead of a single target date fund, place a majority of your funds into your main target date fund and sprinkle lesser amounts in earlier dated funds for added security or further dated funds for a more aggressive approach. There are many strategies you might consider based on your financial goals, but this can be another low maintenance yet advanced option. So we covered a lot today, touching all the basics of a 401k, one of the best tools available to build long-term wealth, especially when starting early. Now, there are many other advanced strategies involving 401ks, and if that's something that interests you, let me know in the comments below. We do have a future video that compares the various retirement accounts to help you choose, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that one. Also, if you know anyone else that might benefit from this video, please share it. It's our goal to help educate others with the info they need to build their own financial success. And I hope to see you in the next one. This is AJ, your ace in the hole. See ya!